Biosmash, Biosmash, Biosmash. Sunfall, you have been Biosmashed. A little bit of a tricky situation to begin with. Pull out our little cheat sheet here because we're a little bit unfamiliar with this deck, so we just start playing it. I'm looking for a 3 cost to use against Biomancer. Which we don't seem to have. We're still keeping the hand though. Our Incubation Druid drops, which is nice. So I don't think it really matters much, to be honest. Probably my Incubation Druid or my Zegana. Also, I apologize for all my uhs and ahs. I'd like to call that Justin Trudeau syndrome. I suffer from it. Many apologies. Try to nip those out in the future for sure. But, you know, it's gonna happen. Waiting for a shock on our Incubation Druid, more than likely. Oh, we're seeing a Grixis control deck. Augur of Bolus. Praying there's no Ritual of Suit. Go to Sunfall's deck. Oh, up here. We have no drops for 3, which we may want to address in the future. Very nice that we're able to adapt again. I mean, we can see his... Oh, target non-creature spell. I would like to draw a card, but we'll see. I thought we were going to get countered. We probably still will. That's it. I don't see the harm in attacking. I'm blocking a single Biomancer. He tossed a Tyrant Scorn, which makes me think, oh, he did not. He used it. 2 cards. 2 cards. Any 2 cards. To be honest, the Frog does no good without any tokens, so we'll keep a Druid. Throwing down a just beautiful adapt. Attacking for 12. Keeping his Augur of Bolus. This is a strange play. There's not a chance I would take 8 damage. Target our Zanga, and then we're adapting again. So, that's that. The Biomancers are pretty nasty in an adapt deck. just making those adapt costs cheaper. And being able to adapt over top of your adapt is also extremely helpful, I'm finding. Redwood 199 3273. Welcome to the show. An amazing opening hand, I think. 3 lands of our 2 spread, 2 of our starting creatures, our finishing creatures, and a spell. Footlight Fiend will be seeing a sacrifice deck, most likely. Priest of the Forgotten Gods, Mayhem, Devil. Dual blacks, though. He may not have a red. Here's the Priest. Always go Incubation Druid, I suppose. White and red. Very interesting. There's no way this spell does 1 damage. Okay. So we can't counter his priest, which is a bummer. Let's continue with the mana ramp, I suppose. There's not much else we can do. Gives us a little bit of a wall. A Ritual of Suit would absolutely destroy us. Even a Deafening Clarion. We're seeing a Mortify, which is not the worst news we've ever gotten by any means. We're keeping both our Incubation Druids, which gives us access to 5 mana next turn. So we should be able to adapt our Growth Chamber Guardian. He could kill both of our Incubation Druids here, actually. Nice play. Back in with our second or third Growth Chamber Guardian? Second. And Grath's Rampage. Very nice. And now Cruel Celebrant. We're getting lit up. We have nothing for 6. Oh, we do. That's a sorcery, so that's no good. It's pretty ballsy to sacrifice the Mayhem Devil. Wow. Pretty nice combo, to be honest. We did land our Ooze though, so it could be a good game here. If that's a shock. D-Spark. Shoot. I mean, our opponent's top decking. We are at 6% to draw an Ooze. Obviously, we'll go for the block. How could we not? Just playing card for card here. I was hoping to combo our frog off of our oozes. We can find our last Growth Chamber Guardian here. And we'll begin our descent. Please fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. We're expecting slight turbulence on our descent to Hello Good Game, where the local temperature is a cool 0 degrees. No action needed. We can also enter with our Biomancer. I think we survived. That's that. A couple cards could ruin our day still. I'm going to replicate our lizard frog though. Lizrog. Scene adapt here. To 2. Discarding a land. We go out of reach of our replicate, but we're going to hold on to it here. Going over for 5 and 9. Losing one of our Chamber Guardians. That's that. 2 for 2. Invade the city. Amass X where where X is the number of instants or sorcery cards in your graveyard. Very cool. Spent a lot of our gold on Dominaria packs searching for a Karn. What can you do? It's a couple cool decks I still want to do, and they mostly require this gentleman right here. Just an absolutely amazing hands. Truly being blessed this morning. We had a great day yesterday. Just been right in a nice little flow state. Hoping to keep on rolling with the current here. Okay, opening with a Llanowar Elf. Turn 2 will be into our Incubation Druid, and turn 3 will be our first adapt. This could be tricky against a red deck, though. We'll give him a nice. Does he do it? He does. Of course he does. It's the Llanowar Elf. Loses his light up the stage trigger though, so it is a trade-off. We'll just bait a secondary burn card on our Biomancer. See what he's got to say about that. We almost want to hold our Ooze until 5, or our Growth Chamber Guardian, sorry, until 5, at which point we can adapt when it enters. Just so we're not losing hand advantage on this gentleman. That would definitely get Wizard Lightning, so it would be a waste to play. We'll let him think he's doing great things here, which he is. We have our 5 lands, though, which is beautiful. And it will be hard for him to stop this once it starts, especially if we can burn out his counters with our unlimited Growth Chamber Guardians once we hit 5. So we're pushing to 5, at which point we start adapting over and over for 4 turns. He has to kill them or he dies. Seeing a light off the stage here, most likely. Maybe he thinks we have a counter. He really likes to take his time. That's okay. And there's the light up the stage we're talking about. We also see a Wizard Lightning in play, which is absolutely terrifying. Just going to berate our opponent a little bit here. They cost 2 less, so he would be free to play next turn. Because it costs 2, and his adapt goes down to 1. Playing his Firebrand. Attacking for 3, and then an additional 5. Takes us to 11. Hopefully we don't see a 3rd land here as well. No 3rd land. So we should be able to play our Growth Chamber Guardian for 2. Our Biomancer Familiar with 2. And now we should be able to adapt this for 2. Sending it to 4. Taking action for an unlimited spring of Growth Chamber Guardians. It's a lot to do with 5 mana. Should have cost me 7, so that's pretty cool. Interesting. So here we've removed our Lava Coil, saving our Ooze. That is a terrible play. We're just doing that right again here. An unlimited supply of Growth Chamber Guardians. Not unlimited, but pretty close. I think we could even do this. We can. A double search for our final Growth Guardian. Our opponent can go. Good game. I believe that is the end of that. He could try burn us, but it's just not going to work. See another Lava Coil here, but it's coming right back next turn. So, yeah. Whatever you want to make of that, my friend. Down to 5, which is actually semi-scary. A little life gain is what we're looking for. Ooze comes out. Next turn, our friend is Gonzo. Can do 5 damage with 2 mana, only potentially if he drew a 3rd land. No, that's only 2 damage, my friend. We're popping a lands. And yeah, just unlimited oozes. Let's see what we can try to do with that. We'll go for a search and rescue party. We should have done that first. Yeah, I suppose just another Growth Chamber Guardian. We can all attack. He should block my Biomancer. Probably lost right here. It's hard to believe that we wouldn't, especially with 3 mana. What couldn't he cast for 3? You know what I mean? Makes me sad to even think about it. It's probably Scare the Critics. He could have cast that for normal cost. It was a light up the stage. We win. We win. Cool beans. 3 for 3. Oozing and adapting. Creating a secondary ooze for only 3, I believe, is relatively cheap. We've not got to exercise our frog removal yet. It's not a bad hand. We can adapt for 3 as well with our Biomancer on our Incubation Druid. It's not like me to keep 2 lands, but sometimes it's what we do. We can open up with our Biomancer since we don't have a Llanowar Elf. Obviously, we have to go our Incubation Druid. Hope we don't get a destroy target creature. Could cast the dog on this turn. Ravenous Chupacabra. See a white drop, which is interesting. Green, black, white. Unorthodox, I think. Knight of Autumn, most likely for a buff on himself. A strange attack, we'll block. I'm not sure why he tapped his 1/3 defender. Continuing to progress. Tricky situation, I suppose. We could still enter with a secondary druid, which is worth it. No attacks, unfortunately, though. Looking to be protected from a field wipe by all means. Losing a druid. And taking 4 damage here. We can allow it, just so we can start getting some value out of this. Yeah, we have to adapt. Nope, never mind. I thought we could maybe stop it before she tapped and then use her mana ability. Another Knight of Autumn. Which I can't imagine he would do anything but the tokens. Still no need to block, I feel like. Whoops. Cancel that. Adapt here. Take action. Grab one, please. Pay one, please, and we'll have a spare to adapt it again. Absolutely insane value with our Biomancer Familiar Growth Chamber Guardian combo. An obscene amount of value, truly. At which point we can take these both to a 6 for 1. Too much value. Llanowar Elf is useless at this point for our opponent. Looking ahead to our turn. Oh my goodness. That was his last turn to attack. Adapting one here. Drawing card. Discarding a card. Play another Incubation Druid. Or Growth Chamber Guardian. I always get those mixed up. Resolving. Take action. Here's our last one. We have 2 mana left. Let's do another Growth Chamber Guardian. Adapts, I believe. No need to search here. We will keep our instant speed available. Also no attacks for us until next turn, where we have trample. Yeah. I almost just want to jump right into this and start smashing him, but we could go here and draw a card, which is a land, which was definitely needed. Grab another mana, I guess. We could have adapted these more, I suppose. No attacks. And turn. We're drawing it way too far out. Next turn is absolute mayhem. The only hope he has is to wipe our field, which also wipes his, and we've got a lot of cannons still in our hand. Death Touch Lifelink, pretty cool. Absolutely nothing he can do. We're going to hit everyone with a Biogenic Upgrade next turn. One, two, three. Submit. There's your 3 counters, and we get doubled. Decline, 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 and decline. We don't need any of that shenanigans. And we have a couple spare mana here. Do one of these. Throw on another Adapt. Just for the extra juice. Next and next. That's that. Send in our first wave of attackers. Hitting for 30 damage. However, he's able to block 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 of 30 damage, hitting him for 16. Four for 4. Making quick work today. These are the strongest Growth Chamber Guardians I have ever seen. Let's see if we can't go undefeated. 5 for 5. It's rare that you see 5 wins in a row, no matter what league you're in, to be honest. So we may be a couple of lucky Lucy's here. We were Biogenic Ooze and 4 land with a couple little boosters here. That's not so bad. Opening with a breeding pool, most likely. I'll pay 2 life, though. Not necessarily worried about green and black's direct damage. Unless it's through creatures, but we should be able to deal with that accordingly. It's a bummer there is direct removal. Ooh, for my Biogenic Ooze. Seeing a gate deck, that's makes me squirm almost. So keeping with our mana curve. Four mana next turn, which truly we're actually unable to use. So hopefully get a 4 drop. Wow. This is frightening to me. Let's see here. Biomancer enters. I will adapt. Discard a land. I'm not sure what he could play for 1. All right. Give me that life. Oh, I don't get to draw. They fixed that for sure then. Doing a little bit of damage to tie it up here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Ending our turn here. I would hate to get blazed up. Gates of Blaze for 4 if he played a red land. No, we see black. I don't think we're going to see red. But that can be any color here, so. Very unfortunate. Deafening Clarion is just as bad, if we're getting honest about this whole situation. Three for 1. Crazy. And we see it's a fairy drop. That's disgusting. I have no idea. We basically lose. Teferi is so good when you get him on curve. As long as we have no removal. He didn't remove our Ooze with his -3. If we can survive this turn, which we don't. Good game. We have nothing. Just trying to get some value out of a draw because we're way behind. What do we do? What do we do? Taking the damage. I don't know what he needs 7 for. Or just the blue he needed. Niz Reborn. I don't even know. A dual color deck. Pulled its other Niz and a Knight of Autumn. We're so hooped. I mean, I almost want to try to fight it out, but at the same time, I just truly don't see it happening, especially like this. Drawing a card with the fairy, untapping 2 lands on his end step. I think they start taking slow time once they know they won. This guy's ridiculous. I'm going to keep growth chambering. One, two, three, four, five, six. It would get 12 plus 3 would be 15. 15, 15, and he's got 14 on the field. Plus Niz, which will be just... yeah. What a bummer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 7, sorry. 3 and 5 is 8. We need to draw land. Getting our last adapt in from our Growth Chamber Guardian. We should even be able to get another one before we put our Lizrog in next turn. I'm going to edit this deck and incorporate red for Rhythm of the Wild, so our Lizrog has haste. Yeah, Niz is so sick. Just getting smashed down though. We won't make it, we have to do it. I wish he had reached, that'd be so much cooler. It just sucks he can kill us next turn. If only we had reached. Well, you guys, that is another episode of Hello Good Games original deck series. I hope you all enjoyed watching. And I hope I said and a little bit less today for you guys. I'm going to keep working on that. I didn't know it warranted a complaint. Nor am I 14 years old. I'm 27, so I wish I was still 14 and doing this. We would be way ahead of the game, boys. So, we got absolutely tore up this match. You can't win them all, but you can try to win a couple of them at least. I plan to add red to the deck, incorporate Rhythm of the Wild, so things are coming out with Riot, so they get that counter on them always. Until then, though, we are saying goodbye to our Biosmash deck. As we go through it, we see 2 Benthic Biomancers, adapt 2 for, it costs 2 to adapt 1, and then whenever one or more counters are put onto him, draw a card, then discard a card, so you can put counters on him another way as well. Llanowar Elf times 3 for 1, it's a 1/1, and we are adding 1 Forest. Growth Chamber Guardian, here's the start of the show really. It is a 2/2 with a adapt 2 at the cost of 3, and whenever you put a token on him, you can search for another Growth Chamber Guardian from your library and then shuffle it. Incubation Druid for 2, it's the 0/2, and then you can add a mana with this creature, but if you have a counter on it, you can actually add 3 manas with the creature, and he costs 5 to adapt 3. Biomancer Familiar, another star of our show here. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce it below 1, so it will always cost 1. And then when you tap it, the next time target creature adapts this turn, it adapts as though it had no counters on it, because normally you can't adapt twice, because once it has counters, you can't readapt. Moving on, we have a couple Incubation / Incongruity. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. And then Incongruity. Exile target creature. That creature's controller creates a 3/3 frog lizard creature token. Prime Speaker Vannifar. You can attack her and then sacrifice another creature and bring out a creature with 1 or more mana. So this will just sacrifice our Llanowar Elf or our Biomancer for Growth Chamber Guardian or our Incubation Druid, more than likely. We could also sacrifice our Zegana for our Ooze if we really needed to. Yeah, it just adds a little bit more versatility. We could balance with this instead of Neoform, but it's really hard to take all of that out. Moving on, though, we have our Zegana Utopian Speaker. When she enters the battlefield, if you control another creature with a counter on it, draw a card. And then you can adapt 4 for 6. And then each creature you control with a counter on it has trample. And that's the main part we're looking for here, putting our counter creatures with trample. Repudiate, counter target creature activated or triggered ability. Replicate, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. So that's very cool. You can copy for only 3, and we are copying our Oozes in this case. We also have a Galloping Lizrog. So he is trample, he costs 5 and is 3/3. But when he enters the battlefield, you may remove any number of counters from other creatures you control, and if you do, put twice that many creatures on Lizrog. So you can absolutely pummel the field with this. Biogenic Upgrade, distribute 3 1/1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 creatures, then double that many of 1/1 counters on those creatures. So this is super powerful as well. We would like to run Simic Ascendancy, but it just seems like a dead card, and we're winning the game without it. If we have the 20 counters, we've already won. So that's hard. We will drop the... It's almost a dead card anyways, so we may as well have this as a dead card. Simic Ascendancy. So if we get some Oozes out and we take them with Lizrog and then we double Lizrog, we win the game. So it's just like a be-all, end-all for worst-case scenarios. We're going to continue to play Biosmash and edit it, tweak it to the best it can be. But until now, this is version 1. Stay tuned for version 2. And yeah, if you like this video, and you're looking forward to seeing more videos, definitely hit me up a like or a comment. Subscriptions get entered into our 500,000 gem giveaway, which we are still looking for about 67 more people to do our phase 2. So get in there. It's not hard. Everybody knows somebody. Tell your friends to join, right? Who doesn't want free gems? Yeah, I hope you guys all have a wicked day. I know I've been having great days. So, yeah, you guys all deserve that too. Have a great day. Bye-bye.